Welcome back, folks. In this video, we're breaking down one of the most daring U.S. strikes in recent memory, a stealth operation that just shattered Iran's nuclear facilities in a single night. We'll walk you through how we got to this point, the military doctrine behind how the strike was executed, and most importantly, what kind of retaliation the U.S. could face from Iran or its allies. If you're not sure what we're talking about, at 2:30 a.m. on June 22, 2025, Iranian skies lit up without warning. Deep underground, 3 of Iran's most protected nuclear sites were hit by weapons no one saw coming. Not a single fighter jet was scrambled. Not a single missile was intercepted. In this video, we're going to cover how did we get to this point? How did the U.S. pull off one of the most complex long-range strikes in modern history, without Iran ever seeing it coming? And what happens now? Here we go. Operation Midnight Hammer, the strike that changed everything. In spring 2025, the Trump administration initiated high-stakes diplomacy with Iran. Through 3 rounds of talks in Oman and Rome, President Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff pressed Tehran, dismantle uranium enrichment in return for sanction relief. A 2-month deadline was set that expiring June 13th, but Iran failed to comply. Iran's nuclear program didn't begin in secrecy. It began with U.S. support. In the 1970s, under the Shah, Washington helped Tehran launch its first civilian reactor. After the 1979 revolution, that infrastructure pivoted toward weapons potential. Through the 2000s, intelligence showed Iran enriching uranium at an alarming pace. While some urged confrontation, then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton backed diplomacy, setting the stage for the 2015 Iran nuclear deal, or JCPOA. That agreement, led by the Obama administration, unblocked over $100 billion in Iranian assets in exchange for limited enrichment. Critics say Iran used the cash to expand both its nuclear capacity and fund proxy militias in Iraq, Syria, and Yemen. President Trump exited the deal in 2018, but in 2023, the Biden administration unfroze another $6 billion in Iranian funds to secure a hostage release and loosened oil restrictions through indirect channels. These actions gave Iran time and resources to build what came next. By 2025, IAEA reports confirmed Iran's enriched uranium stockpile had exceeded JCPOA limits by more than tenfold. When Iran didn't honor the deadline and Israel escalated strikes of its own, Trump pivoted from diplomacy. In private sessions with military leadership, he weighed surgical strikes versus regime change. Rough plans were drawn, but the final authorization came hours before launch. Under codename Operation Midnight Hammer, planners orchestrated a 2-pronged deception. A decoy B-2 package flew west toward Guam, while the real strike force, 7 stealth bombers, flew east in radio silence for 18 to 37 hours. To reach Iran from Whiteman Air Force Base, 6 B-2s needed dozens of aerial refuels. Flight trackers saw 8 KC-135 tankers take off, refuel over Kansas, California, Hawaii, and near Diego Garcia, staging grounds in the Indian Ocean. Meanwhile, an Ohio-class submarine lurked in the CENTCOM area. As the B-2 package neared Iran, the sub launched 30 Tomahawk missiles at Natanz and Isfahan, preserving strategic surprise. At 2:30 a.m. IRST, B-2s entered Iranian airspace undetected. They dropped 14 GBU-57 bunker busters, 12 on Fordo, 2 on Natanz, while Tomahawks devastated the other 2 sites. Within minutes, all aircraft had exited Iranian airspace. Iran's air defenses remained silent. Early battle damage assessments suggest severe destruction, but underground collapse at Fordo will take time to verify. The U.S. believes they have totally obliterated Iran's nuclear sites. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth emphasized it wasn't regime change, but a message to resume diplomacy. U.S. envoy Witkoff's channels stay open. Operation Midnight Hammer showcased global reach, 7,000-mile stealth missions, precision weapons first used in combat, and joint coordination across air, sea, and diplomatic fronts. But as regional forces brace for Iran's potential response, the world watches. Will this pressure lead to peace or a broader conflict? But Iran's silence won't last. Every U.S. base across the Middle East now faces a heightened threat. From Al-Assad in Iraq to Al-Udeid in Qatar, Bahrain's naval HQ to eastern Syria, every outpost is within range of Iranian missiles and proxy forces. Analysts warn of coordinated retaliation: Hezbollah in Lebanon, Shia militias in Iraq, Houthis in Yemen, or direct launches from Iran itself. Even U.S. embassies and naval fleets are tightening defenses across the region. If you found this breakdown helpful, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications. This is Combat Continuum. See you in the next one.